Welcome to the Wrap Up Show. It has already been crazy. T-Bob has already blown up and he's already left. He's cussed everybody out, including Gucci's, who's backstage. Well, hi, Charmin. How are you?
He's already gone?
Yeah.
I mean, like that.
He was mad at Gucci's. Gucci's, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Gucci.
so glad you're here.
Hi, Gucci's.
We have a full backstage. I mean, today was quite the show. So, hey, Chicken.
Yeah.
The show.
Hi, Chicken Andy.
Hi.
We have Andy fucking Dick in the house, everybody.
Hey, Andy.
What's up?
I can't be on here without playing my Hail to the Chief in the background.
Right.
Well, let's let. I think Andy's trying to talk to us, but he's muted. I think it's just going to be a fucking free for all today. What did you think about the show today?
Oh, sorry, I had my mic on mute.
What's up, Andy?
I thought it was a great show. I mean, there's definitely some moments where it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? I had my popcorn. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it was a dynamite show. Chicken, I thought you had a great appearance. You're very polarizing. I don't know if you sleep on her couch, I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think, Chicken?
Hi, Gucci's. I love you, Gucci's.
Andy Dick has never been on this show before, but he did. He came for Chicken Andy, so you have some power. What is happening here? Already,
I have no idea.
There's some inside joke.
I have your phone.
No, we're so excited to be here.
Right.
I have your phone.
Good.
Andy's screaming at people. Welcome to the show, Andy Dick.
Oh, hi. Is this the after show?
It sure is. Your boyfriend
found it. You found it, Andy.
I'm a boy.
Can you even hear us, Andy Dick?
I go where my brain goes.
Andy's boy.
Oh, yeah. We actually have Wappy here, Andy. You remember Wappy.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Wappy.
My shattered sternum.
His shattered sternum remembers you, Wappy. Oh, and we do have Lucifer, also known as K-Jops. Welcome to the show, K.
Okay. Now, what happened to Brahma? There was a Brahma in the back end. Where did they go?
This is all that we have.
Yeah. So Brahma. So Brahma is in the universe. I hope I'm not getting too deep. So Lucifer is actually a name that God gave me in the universe. I'm not evil. I'm not devil. So Lucifer is a very sacred special name to me. And my spirit guides call me Lucifer all the time. And Brahma is also a name that I go by in the universe. So Brahma is my name in the universe. So Brahma and Lucifer are very close names to me.
So in the private chat in the show, there was a Brahma and a Lucifer. Were you in under two accounts?
Yeah, because I have three different devices. I was also
I couldn't get back in. I got my internet cut out, and so I was trying to get back on the show, and I can't get back on the show.
Yeah.
I just found out Kay had two accounts in there.
Kay had two accounts going. I appreciate it, Kay, but that's not fair to everybody else who wants to be in the show.
I didn't know that was a problem. I won't do it again.
Okay.
We love you, Kay. We love you.
We sure do.
Yeah. But yeah, I won't do it again because I was experiencing that myself because it kicked me out.
I just thought it was funny. I just found that out, and so I thought it was pretty. I got right. I'm gonna.
It was a busy show today. Everybody wanted in.
Not really
Do you think we scared the movie
die.
producer?
I'm gonna head out. I got my
You
friend.
scared the movie producer?
Hi, Andy.
Bye,
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 Andy.
so much.
Bye, Andy.
I love you. I have to go because I have no
I can't wait to see you soon.
I
love it.
I can't wait to see you, Andy. You're the best.
Okay, now I don't think he knows how to get out of here, so I'll help him.
Especially when he like puts up your bow and you don't.
Gucci's, can I get a hug? Can I get a hug right now, Gucci's?
Yeah.
No, I'm right over here. I'm to your right.
I'll see you, man. I'll give you a
Can I
hug
get a hug?
Okay.
She don't want to hug me.
Okay, well, I do want to address this comment. Did Prince really die? The artist formerly known as Prince is indeed dead. The Prince from our community faked his suicide this week, and everybody bought it. People were crying. I didn't buy it at all because he tried the same thing last week, but other people bought it. People were crying.
How many times has he done this?
This is the first time that he came back to life to type that he was dead, and he put like a whole obituary there. Last week, he faked that he was in a hospital, but everything was Google reverse imaged, and we could tell that he was lying. He's faked his daughter. He's faked his wife. But it's Kenneth's best friend, who Kenneth told us that he met in real life, but they don't even know each other in real life. So there's just been a lot of shenanigans happening all week.
Yo, Kenneth is the man. I hope Kenneth comes.
Kenneth's not allowed to a public apology because he made Gidgey cry. This whole situation made Gidgey cry, who we love Gidgey. She's actually from IP2, Chicken Andy, this Gidgey.
Oh.
And
it's very unfunny. It's very unfunny. This isn't the first time I've dealt with someone doing a fake suicide that's part of the community. Aladdin, one of our boys.
He did it twice. Oh, sorry. I'm like taking my clothes off.
Very elaborate fake suicide. He did the whole posting on Instagram. This is his brother.
That's exactly what Prince did. Yeah.
Oh well,
wow.
You know what? It's attention seeking at its worst. Okay, this is not something that should be really shined a light to, because suicide is a real deal. It is, there's things that a lot of people go through.
There's people saying that he's also faked his death in the past and he's caused a lot of harm. He's really not welcome in the community, but we do have an open door policy, so of course he will stay in the community. However, from this show, Kenneth is not allowed on this show again until he takes responsibility for his actions and he
shit.
He has to apologize for lying. And I have some inside information that he knew the whole thing was a hoax.
Why?
So we will see how that.
Why'd you allow that?
He was in on it. Kenneth was in on the fake death.
Why'd you do that?
Naughty Kenneth.
Not cool, Kenneth. Not cool.
So my mother committed suicide when I was 2, and so I have a lot to say about suicide. And I would say, because I've had some struggles. Like I would never actually consider committing suicide, but I've had some struggles with my life over the past 6 years, as I've really been questioning whether or not I want to exist in this world, this planet, because I am the president of the Illinois, so I have to constantly be faced with I don't want to exist here. And so I've been thinking about taking myself out, but I don't know how to take myself out. And so I don't. So I can't take myself out. But I think we need to change our view on suicide, because people need to be able to escape this world. Because sorry, I haven't slept in 2 days, so I'm not able to talk.
I love that you said that on Elisa's show. That was one of my favorite moments.
I believe you.
I love.
So
you're one of my favorite characters on the show.
I just wanted to make out
Is your name Kay, right?
Yes,
everybody, do me a favor.
Jobs.
Wait until other people stop talking to talk. That's the one thing. We have 10 people on here, so if you're going to speak, wait until. This is something I shouldn't have to say, but if you're going to speak, wait until somebody's done, because it's a free for all. So you get what I'm saying, right?
I made that mistake before.
Naomi, welcome back.
Sorry.
We haven't had you here for a long time. It's good to see you.
Hi.
Did you watch the show today?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, kind of on and off. I mean, I had to eat and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Did you like Chicken Andy's appearance? That was his first real appearance.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I've been
and of course, Gucci's is here.
Watching the IP2 streams and stuff. Hi, Gucci's.
Chicken Andy, would you ever consider changing your name to Peacock Andy?
Peacock.
Peacock Andy.
I don't believe I've ever.
What about Cumcock Andy? 19 times at Ram Ranch.
You actually remember the number. I'm impressed, man.
19 times.
I have actually been.
I don't know what's wrong with coming 19 times in my life.
73 times actually. So I've been incarnated 74 times and reincarnated 73 times. So this is my 74th incarnation. I have 3 incarnations left.
How long has?
I want you to meet Nanobot Andy. I feel like you're.
I already watched her stuff, so I'm not like her at all. We don't have anything in common.
Wait,
but you're kind of like similar but different. That's hard to explain.
How long has humanity existed for?
Well, let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the show. That's what this show is about. It's about talking about the show. We could get into a deep listen. Kay can talk about the universe forever, and she should have her own show, but that's for another time. I want to talk to Jimmy the Christian, who has been really active on Twitter lately, and we've gotten into a little bit of back and forth, but I like Jimmy the Christian a lot. He doesn't like it when I bring up that he had an older character that I think is kind of breaking out of this new character a little bit. And I've been calling him out on that, but I might be wrong. And I want to give him a chance to defend himself and to rebuke what I've been saying, because I feel like we're seeing some unchristian behavior from him. And I told him that he could come up and speak his mind.
I'm not really sure why, just because I had such an unpopular opinion, and because I listened to that video, the rebuttal video, and I heard a lot of really weird things. And I called them red flags because, to me, they symbolize this real strange dichotomy, whatever you want to call it, where on the one hand, Leaf is in love with Elisa, and on the other hand, he just says some really crazy things about her that are just not friendly at all. So just
what you've been saying about Leaf is not friendly. Is that true?
Yeah, I disagree. There was nothing that I said that was hostile. I got a rap. I think a bad rap for like hostility. That was just an analysis of things I heard him say. So the idea that Claire is coming out again simply because I did that, I don't think it really. I don't think if you really did an analysis of my analysis, you're just going to find me talking about what he said and why it was a red flag. I wouldn't have done that, actually. I mean, I'm not throwing Elise under the bus. She actually asked me to put those red flags that I heard in writing, so I did that as a favor to her. And I thought it was a really. I mean, I actually made sure I had the quotes correct. I listened to the thing and I had to keep going back and making sure I had the quotes correct, because some of the stuff that he said was just so bizarre. It's like he's a fan, but he's not a fan. It's like he cares about her, but he couldn't care less about her. It's like he loves her, but she doesn't give a shit about him. I mean, he said all kinds of crazy stuff. So just simply because I brought that out, I don't think it's got anything to do with Claire coming back through. I mean, trust me, I would be swearing my head off.
I have to stop you before you go on for another 5 minutes. I don't know the old Claire. So all I've known is Jimmy the Christian, right? But Jimmy the Christian was behaving differently 3 weeks ago than Jimmy the Christian is behaving now. You have to admit that.
Well, stuff started happening that I felt the need to comment on, and some really creepy stuff,
Uh-oh.
in my opinion. So I listen, if you think Jimmy the Christian is like morphing back into Claire, nothing could be further from the truth. Dude, I am so firmly committed to my Christianity and so firmly committed to, living the life that I chose to live over a year ago. Nothing's going to knock me off that game. I think I
don't want to knock you off, but I just want to, listen, I never got to meet Claire. I hear a lot of other people saying, here's Claire coming back. But my whole point is I didn't meet Claire, so I can't say Claire's coming back. I made a few comments like, oh, I think I might be meeting Claire at this moment. And you were very offended by that. And it wasn't my intention to offend you.
Yeah, because
as soon as I like it, though. Don't stop cutting me off.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I like meeting the new Claire. I don't like the talking over Claire. But I like meeting him, and you're acting like it's a sin that people enjoy your old personality. Like, listen, man, if you reinvent yourself, obviously you're going to still have some of the same attributes. I like it when you're like fired up but saying that you're coming back as Claire to me isn't a bad thing. I feel like I am meeting a version of Claire, and I don't think that's inaccurate.
No, actually, you're hearing me say some things that are negative for the first time probably in our interaction, because there really hasn't been a lot of negative stuff to talk about. But that's why you're feeling this way, because all of a sudden there's some really creepy, weird stuff that I felt the need to comment on. And again, as a favor to Elisa. So,
Maddie,
just
I saw
because
you gave to me today, Maddie, I saw that.
Okay, so anyway, listen, I'm still the same person. But I mean, I don't do all the things that I used to do, all the horribly blasphemous things that I used to do. So anyway, does that answer your question, Weezy?
You have a choice. You say you're not allowed up here, Kenneth. You're just simply not allowed. So it's not your choice. Don't sit out there and say, I'm not going to go in because they're bad mouthing. You're not allowed. Until you apologize to everybody for what you've been doing, you're not allowed up here, Ken. Okay, we're going to make that very clear. Thank you.
Okay, does that answer your question, Weezy? I mean, did I
Jimmy,
address
I
it?
do want to give you a platform to talk about whatever you want to talk about, though. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say that I feel like I'm meeting the old Claire, because I'm not the only. I'm not. It wasn't even brought to my attention that that's who I'm being introduced to. Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people have been saying, "Uh oh, here comes the Claire again." They're even saying it right now in the chat, and I'm thinking to myself, I like this Claire guy. Like, I like it. I like it. I don't agree with you, but that's perfect. That's what humans are. We can agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. We can't all like the same food, the same music.
I could have just said nothing, and I could have just let all of his crazy, weird, creepy comments just sort of wash under the bridge. But again, I was asked by Elisa, and I willingly complied to put together a list of things that I thought were weird.
The problem, Claire, here is, or Jimmy, sorry. The problem is that once anybody gives you any kind of feedback, you get upset like it's a personal attack. I disagree what you're saying about Leaf, so I'm allowed to have a spirited discussion with you. That doesn't mean I'm negative, and it doesn't mean I'm picking on you. If you think one way about Leaf and I think the other way about Leaf, we can agree to disagree, but we can still come together and talk about it. You are using this as this opportunity to say, "Oh, everybody's against me. It's an unpopular opinion."
No, not. But listen, I had an unpopular opinion. The fact was, my opinion was completely unpopular with the rest of the community. But listen, I'm very well aware that those are my opinions. I'm completely aware of the fact that those are my opinions, and it's just my opinions, not the opinions of everybody else. I'm understanding of that. The problem that we have, that some of us, including Elisa, have with Leaf is that he doesn't think of his things that he says as opinions. He believes that they are the truth, the God's honest truth. There's truth, and then there's truth. I mean, I think that's a direct
difference between what he's saying and what you're saying, though. You believe that what you're saying is the truth. Is it okay for you to
No,
believe
it's I believe it's my opinion of his performance. That's my opinion.
So what
I've said this over and over and over again. It's my opinion.
Who's dictating that it's Leaf's? Who says that Leaf's not having an opinion too? He's not saying this is the fact. He's saying it's.
You're not paying attention to him.
No, I am paying attention. You are judging. You're a Christian. Christians aren't supposed to judge.
Dude, I'm not judging. I'm just saying he has what's called belief superiority. Did you read that?
That's your opinion. It's not a fact, right? Why?
No, he actually says that the things that he's saying are the truth. Like he said, there's good fun and there's bad fun. Like he's the arbiter of good fun and bad fun.
Well, I feel like this is a conversation that you need to have with Leaf. I'm not going to speak on Leaf's
Dude, you asked me a question. I'm responding to your question.
That's why I'm putting it to an end. I don't think that it's fair to try to read Leaf's mind for you, and I don't think it's fair for me.
Okay.
You can't just sit here and talk about Leaf all day knowing that he's not up here, and I would.
Well, we don't want to talk about Leaf all day.
Weezy, can I say, I thought you and Leaf were the same person at one point.
Oh, really? No,
let's talk about how funny and compelling Gucci's is and how she's like the best character.
Well, I will say this, Gucci's, when you were at Alex Stein's thing, who I really love, Alex Stein, it was hilarious. And I saw people being like, oh my God, she's ruining it. And I thought, no, it's fucking perfect. You put him on his toes, you got to see him work off of his toes, and it was pretty funny. I like that.
Yo, I was trolling it. Like, what did he expect? Fucking inviting me to his shit. Like, it's like I'm a troll.
Excuse me. So Weezy, do you remember Brittany, my friend that I brought into Kermit and Friends? You talked about Atlantis together and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
That was the monarch of Atlantis.
Yes.
You had a really great conversation with her.
Yeah.
So she's trying to get into the Raptor show, but it's full.
It's full. So
is there any way she can get in?
Nope, it's full right now. When somebody drops off, we'll let her in. But there's lots of people that are trying to get in. This is like, I think a lot of people want to talk to Chicken Andy and hear from Chicken Andy. So
I want to ask Naomi a question.
Please.
Naomi, this is the first time we've seen you in a while. Did you graduate college since we saw you last?
Well, actually, I have one semester left. Like I've just been like having a really chill summer and stuff. And I got an editor for my book now.
Good job.
Oh, good for you. Congratulations.
Can I ask what your degree is?
English, and I'm specializing in creative writing.
Is it a bachelor?
Is what?
Is it a bachelor?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah.
Where did you find your editor?
Oh, well, it was kind of You know, it was kind of a like chance encounter situation, I guess. Like, I mean, there's somebody that wait, what the heck?
Oh, I was just showing that he's sleeping. He must be bored.
Oh, okay. There's somebody that or like one of my old teachers, like I was like me and my dad like ran into him in a coffee shop, and he mentioned this editor he knew and or knows and whatever, and then he said like, and then like we didn't think we could afford her, but he said that we could contact her and she could like put me in touch with an editor, but then but then she ended up being my editor, and she knocked the price down because I knew the guy. So, yeah,
That's good. That's good. I was thinking you could probably connect with some people in your English department who are grammar Nazis and use them as beta readers and take all of their little tips and suggestions, and you could probably do it for free.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and I also like the editor. She like invited me to. I mean, she like she friended me on Facebook, so she could so she could like put me in this group that like can recommend agents and stuff. Though I mean, there's an app there's an app that I was told about, and
who's your favorite author?
Like, what?
Who's your favorite author?
Oh, dang. I guess Julie Klassen.
Who's she
kind of writes she writes like Regency era kind of Jane Austen-esque books.
Chicken, are you bored? Let's ask Chicken some questions.
Oh yeah. Hi, I love your glasses.
No, it's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Chicken,
Thank you.
If you do indeed visit Elisa and you sleep on her couch, what's going to happen with Andy Dick?
Well, planning to meet up with it. I'm planning to meet up with Andy Dick, but I don't think there's any confusion there. I'm planning to meet up with Andy Dick.
He's asking if it's possible to change you.
Listen, just make sure to bring the cold pressed coconut oil.
Just let me ask him some questions, everybody. I'll have to start bringing people down. I don't want to do that. Chicken in.
I'm not too sure what's entirely confused about this.
Well, because Andy said
here.
He's basically saying, if you go over there and I'm not over there, I will never talk to either of you again. Do you believe him?
I was planning to meet up with Andy Dick. I don't know what this whole confusion is that I'm sleeping over with Elisa. Like, I'm sure Elisa and Andy Dick and I will all be together at the same time. I'm from California, so originally was going to go I'm planning to go see my whole entire family. I haven't seen them for such a long time. I think it's been 5 months since I've seen... No, I haven't seen my family in like a year. I did this RV trip about a year ago, and I haven't seen any of them. So I'm planning to go back to California, see my family, hang out with Andy Dick and Elisa. I have
what about this comment? Are you Elisa?
I love his mom. Sorry.
Is there any truth to that comment that you're Elisa's new boy?
New boy? So I invited Elisa to, I would say, like more of a work date. You know when you take your coworkers to like not like she's my coworker or it's actually work, but it was just to like say, hey, you know, out of all these other streamers, none of them could actually take you to the White Castle, unlike myself. So that's what I want to invite her to.
Now, here's my question: if hanging out with Elisa is going to make Andy Dick pissed off, which I think is kind of the plan on Elisa's part of it, are you going to do it, or are you going to spare Andy his feelings and refuse to do that?
I can't hurt Andy's feelings. I mean, he was my boy, so I'm not doing this to despite Andy at all. I don't want. I wouldn't get involved to hurt Andy, and I'm not trying to hurt Andy. And I wish Andy would be a little bit more. I wish Andy would be a little bit more.
I think Jimmy has a question for you, Andy.
Doesn't that confuse Andy when you say he's my boy? Doesn't he get?
Yeah, like
I'm his boy, so I mean.
No, I got it. But when you say that, doesn't that make Andy think something that may not be exactly 100% correct?
Well, I told him 100 times I'm not gay. He told me I should get a tattoo right here saying I'm not gay.
Do you think you're leading him on a little bit though, still, just by your actions? Because
I'm not leading him on. I'm not gay. So
in the universe, we're all actually bisexual.
Okay,
God,
can
Yeah, nothing wrong with being
I say
bisexual.
something real quick?
I have no
Can
problem
I
with
say something real
bisexuals.
quick?
So
Can
is
I
that
say
the fact?
something?
Gucci's wants to say something. Go ahead, Gucci's, and then Super Trump.
The more that you preach that you're not gay as the guy that Annie wants to suck dick,
Yeah,
whatever,
the harder you
the
go
more he's
get,
gonna want to suck your
mhm.
dick.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
there you
more
go.
straight you portray yourself, the more he wants you. So
Super
you
Trump,
know,
as a gay man, how do
so
you
I
read into
can't.
this?
If I go in saying I'm gay, he's gonna want me less. If I go in saying I'm not gay, he wants me just the same. I'm not too
He
sure.
likes the challenge.
Why is that?
He
What's your
wants me either
strategy
not
then?
gay or gay. Like I don't know. Like
Chicken Andy,
Andy
does
Dick
that make
is
your
my boy.
strategy? Are you trying to play hard to get with him? Because it sounds like you're telling, oh no, I'm not gay, while you're slobbing on his knob.
I'm not slobbing on any knobs around here.
Slobbing on his
Other way around.
I'm slobbing on knobs. Thank you though.
Oh, and on the cob.
So there's no I don't know what you're talking about strategy. I'm literally just simply being myself. If there was a
But you
strategy,
just explained. Let me finish. You just explained that if you tell him you're not gay, he wants you more, and then you told us that you're always telling him you're not gay. So is that a strategy? Because you're obviously cognizant.
well, see, so people keep asking me why am I leading them on, and it's like I'm using literally simple grammar. I'm not gay to him,
Like Trump.
and he doesn't take it. So am I to start saying I'm gay? Wouldn't that be leading on if I'm saying I'm gay but I'm actually straight? I mean, it's just imagine being in my shoes. I really don't know what to say. I say
What
he's my
about
boy.
starting an OnlyFans with Andy Dick?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and he wears a mask.
Nothing like no like penetration or anything, but just like some gay boy photos, just the boys together.
So I can maybe wear
shorts.
like a chicken hat, get it a little bit cosplay. Like I could put in a full furry chicken suit on and with the wings and flap around. I think that,
wings and a chicken suit is probably guaranteed to make you some money.
Yeah,
I think
that's
people
true.
will show
But
up
I'm not-
for Andy Dick and Chicken Andy in a chicken suit. And you probably don't have to do anything dirty. You can just be
I'm
funny.
not. I mean,
Oh my God.
shit.
Dude, he's obsessed with your pussy, by the way.
Jeez, what do you think? Do you think that Chicken and Andy and Andy Dick are a power couple? I don't think she's even listening. Is she? Because I don't know, man. I've never seen Andy like talk about or act like he has about you, Chicken Andy. Like he's always talking about you. He's always trying to get back to you. It's like he's. I don't want to say.
I'm. Look, so I hung out with the guy for 1 week, and I still know nothing about him, to be honest. I know nothing about him personally. I'm not too familiar with TV like shows. You bring
Go
up
on
an
IMDb.
actor's name, I don't know it. All right, Howard Stern. The only thing I know about Howard Stern is now I know about his show because everyone tells me about it. But I know he was on The Voice, like he was a judge on The Voice or something.
No, he was on America's Got
America's Got Talent.
Americans Got Talent. Americans Got America. Something
America's
got
Got
talent.
He spelled out after
One of
that,
us got
too.
talent. So I just know him from that. So like I really don't know like a lot about these people, and that's what Andy Dick really liked about me is that I wasn't someone trying to suck his dick because I knew about him. I don't know. I was just hanging out with him, with the guy, vibing. We went to bars and hung out with a lot of people, and we had such a great, beautiful time. He was very upset and distraught. And like I told him, everything will be exactly okay, and everything did. Everything went smoothly as I said it would be. So I helped him through, I guess, his emotional state of being, and I don't take that. I will never take that back to help that guy. Like helping that guy just felt better for me. Like I felt like I was contributing a little bit because I wouldn't want anyone to feel down and low ever in their lives.
Can I
'cause
ask
I've
you a
been there.
question? Does part of you, and don't take this the wrong way, but are you kind of in love with Andy?
I mean,
As a
I love
person?
Andy, but in a sense where he wants like marriage and wants me all to himself, I can't love him for that because the traits that he shows. I mean, I could just sit back. I mean, I've been sitting back. I've been sitting back for weeks and months here in Arizona where I live, and I see him touching all other guys. So if I was to be his only guy, it would never be a thing because
Wait.
he loves 20 other dudes at the same time as he loves me.
I have a question.
Go ahead, go.
Okay, Chicken. could you see yourself ever like opening up to like the idea of like being with him and just him?
Being homosexual and kind of being open with
And
him.
like
I mean,
homosexual, using him, exploiting each other, whatever. Like, can you
so
see?
opening
Can you
up
see your mind to that? Yeah,
Can I get into that?
yeah.
Well, I'm sure the week that we were hanging out together, there was some things that's happened, sexually. So I'm not saying that I prefer it. I'm sure there's a sort of sexual margarine, like there's asexual, pansexual. There's all sorts of sexuals out there, right? I don't know what I am. I just know I'm not gay. I could be. I don't know if it's bi curious. I'm not
Great
bi,
question, 100.
but I might be somewhere on the spectrum because I didn't mind when we were having a threesome.
Chicken.
Something.
Let me ask you this: Are you attracted to Elisa?
Elisa, I think Elisa's very beautiful. I don't know
Are you
anything about her.
Are you
attracted?
Yeah. Like, are
I
you
don't know
into her
her.
a little bit?
Where's
Do you like
her
her
boobies
attention?
hanging out?
You're so
So
Do you have a
Elisa.
connection to somebody?
So
Do you
with
have to have a
Elisa,
connection to someone to be
have I had a
attracted to
connection
them?
with someone? Yes,
Well,
I've had at least 3 strong ones.
No.
But do
Finish.
you have to have a connection to be attracted to somebody? That
Yes,
is
it's
its
about their
own sexual.
personality.
Yeah.
I'm about
There's a
personality.
question in the chat about the
Demisexual.
bearded dragon. Is the bearded dragon alive? Whatever happened to that?
I was
lady?
gonna
Bearded
ask
dragon
about
is
that.
alive, correct? Yes.
Yay!
Oh,
I
can
gave
I
him
add
to a
something?
very.
Yes, Goo, please.
Real quick, I just want to say right before Captain ate her, like went down on her, I like gave her and Andy Dick a back massage for her B day. It was on her B day because she was feeling sick.
That's all on film, I think.
Yeah, it's on film. I gave her a back massage, and then she went to her apartment, and then Captain chased after her, and she was really drunk.
Yeah, let's talk about that some other time. Okay? We could have a whole show about that. I don't want to touch those waters at all. Right?
Wheezy.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
I have to go, but this was fun.
Yeah,
Thank
come on
you.
back. I
I'll
hope
watch
you
the
don't
rest
feel
of it.
attacked by me.
Bye, Jimmy.
I love you.
No. I love you. I love what you do. I love Sharman. I love everybody in the cast. So
Peace
gotta
out,
run.
Jimmy.
Gotta run. Have a good rest of the
Nice seeing
show.
you, man.
Peace and love,
See you later,
Jimmy.
man. Bye.
Okay, cool. Well, Andy, I think that the whole
Call me
Andy,
chicken, please.
Okay, chicken. This whole Andy Dick thing is confusing to a lot of people. And I mean, even if I think we have Wendy here, but maybe not. Show your face if you're Wendy.
Wendy,
I mean, can you kind of just like
Come in.
hold on, Kay, hold on. Can you tell everybody what it is? Like, there's so much confusion. Can you tell everybody what it is? Like, are you just friends with benefits with Andy? Is that what it is? Like, what is your relationship with Andy?
Shit, what is my relations with him?
What's your relationship with him? Is he your boyfriend? Is he your sometimes boyfriend? Is he your friend with benefits? What is he to you?
And what is Andy to me?
Yeah.
Well, what is Andy to you? To me, Andy is, maybe to you, he is a celebrity. He is a star. But to me, Andy Dick is a friend. Okay? He is
Gucci's isn't buying it.
Mean it. Gucci's, shut up. Andy Dick is probably one of the most funniest people I've ever sat down and had a conversation with. Someone who I could really communicate with. If I could go back right now to keep hanging out with him, I would. I would love to keep hanging out with him, but unfortunately I had work. That's why I was able to finish what I'm doing, which I am coming back in a week, and I'm going to hang out with Andy Dick, and I would love to keep hanging out with him. He's so much fun. And I keep learning.
Can I interrupt and comment on the? You asked him a question because I want to. He's not really answering, and I want to.
He's my boy.
He's my boy. I apologize because sometimes I can be really mean because I'm to the point. I think he just makes me feel kind of special. So the one thing you're missing is the kindness part. So at least she talks about how kind it is, and you miss out on the kindness part. And so why didn't you talk about the kindness part?
He is kind. He's my boy.
Yeah. So that should have been the first thing you said.
Well,
So
let
you're
him
saying
let
it's not
him
your
be
post,
let,
it's Andy
let
Dick.
him be organic. Let him tell
I mean,
his.
sorry, I don't need to be rude, but I think that's very important to talk about when you talk about
I
Andy.
apologize if I wasn't straightforward that he's kind.
I think
mean,
Kleenex
it's
has a
something to think
question. Let's
about.
let Kleenex ask his question. He's been dying to come in here. I know he watches every minute of Gucci's. I'm sure he watches every minute of Chicken Andy. What do you have to say, Kleenex? Do you have a question?
I think that everybody's making a lot more out of it. I watched Chicken with Andy. He was being very honest. He must have said a million times, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I care about you as a person. I think he's being genuinely trying to be his friend. And, it's just, it is what it is. I mean, it's so obvious that Andy has a thing for him, but, he's just trying to stay on a friend level.
I can't be as passionate about Andy Dick because if you've watched Andy Dick before he met me and after he met me, how many guys has he's flirted and tried to touch? I can't be gay with a guy who is gay with other guys. Like, if I'm to love someone, I'll be in love with that person and
That's true.
want their
Like,
love
I see
back.
the way,
Andy
dude.
Dick loves too many people,
I
so
see
I'm
the
just
way
a
he
boy.
talks to Elisa too. He has like this fiance, and then he's like giving her shit for getting eaten out by Captain. But then like,
Yeah,
like
you're
he
stuck
wants
on
to
that.
fuck all these dudes.
Goo, you are stuck
Snuck
on
it
that.
in, didn't you?
But it's true though. I'm not even fucking around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is a
I think
little
it's
bit of a
gonna-
weird dynamic. That's why I think it. That's why I was.
I think
asking
it's going to
about-
be.
Go ahead.
Well, I got a question
Yeah, it's
because
gotta
there's a
be
lot of
hard.
old.
Let Charmin finish, Kleenex.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's got to be hard to have a relationship with multiple people. It has got to be complicated. And Andy told us when he first got here that he has open relationships, and that is his expectation. If you're going to be in a relationship with him, you can't be mad at him for whoever else he's dating. That's his expectation.
But then
So
he
this
can't
is
be
it's
mad
a
at
learning
other
experience.
I could speak
Yeah,
on
like
But he's
it's
mad at
annoying. Like he
Elisa.
gets mad at other people. Mad
Yeah.
at Elisa for like if she does.
I could absolutely
like
say
that's
something.
Yeah,
similar
that-
thing. Like
That doesn't make sense to me. It seems to me like if he's going to be allowed to have an open relationship and he can do whatever he wants, that she should be allowed to do the same thing. And that's
Exactly.
definitely not the impression that was given today on the show.
So Charmin, I
yeah, I doubt he'd stay mad.
100% agree with you. So I was when I spent my time with Andy Dick in person, he told me about all of his previous love lives, passions, relations he's had, with actors, actresses, people he's had on his shows. He's been in like groupies more than like you could imagine, It's always been his thing, but I think now it's like, he's losing that attention that he used to get from everybody, right? He would probably get probably a dozen people loving Andy Dick, just for some sort of clout and stuff like that. But now it's scattering to just a bare minimum of probably like barely a handful of people. And so I feel like he's grasping on so he doesn't
I agree,
lose what he
Garden.
has
I
around
agree.
him. Right. And so, like, but he's still the same person. Like, he loves everybody. He still wants to be with everyone.
He loves
is a
you
very
more than everybody else, though. Can we agree on that? Like, he is. I don't want to say obsessed.
I don't know how.
But he cries about you almost every time I'm watching the stream. He's like, he misses his toy.
But that's just my personality, is being so caring of a guy. I'm caring for everyone's health, their well-being, what they're doing in life. I care for each person. Like I've known Gucci's since I got into this whole entire community, and I've always called her up on random days and just asked her how she's doing. We need people more in life that just care for you, not for any interest, but just want to be there for you. And that's what I was being there. That I didn't know anything about Andy, but that's what I wanted to be. It's just myself and caring, and that's what I was doing for Andy. And he felt very, very emotional and attracted to it. And I'm, I mean, we did have sexual
If you're backstage,
3,
show your
4, 5
face.
ways, but and I guess that's where he really came obsessed, maybe. But I don't. That does not bother me. That does not bother me.
So,
I'm a loving person.
So Chicken, I'm curious, how'd you get your nickname?
Chicken Andy.
Yeah.
Can I
So
answer it?
Okay, and I'm
Okay,
curious
good,
about
Andy.
yours too, Gucci's.
Don't know. We're not talking about Gucci's his nickname.
Wait, I can answer.
You don't
I
want to
can
know.
answer Chickens. I know chickens. Can I say it?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
Okay, so we came back from okay, so IP2 stands for Ice 2. So it branches off from Ice when you're from like or a community that branches off of him. He's like kind of like he's not the pioneer, but he's pretty much like what inspires all of us, right? And at the time, someone gave him a chicken when he was live streaming. He was at, like around his peak, and there's a bunch of Andys. There's like Mexican Andy. There's Andy Milanakis.
Yes.
Blah blah blah. Now there's Andy Dick, which is kind of funny, but so for him, he had these chickens, right? And he had his grandma that took care of chickens, and he kind of like segued himself in because he likes
It was such a crazy day. It was
he
such a
likes
crazy day for me.
chickens. He likes chickens.
Yeah.
And he took the chicken, and apparently 90% of fucking chickens' lives, they like poop. They poop. They shit
Okay.
everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I love looking at
what
their
is-
feather patterns, like the color patterns.
Wait, let me interrupt everybody. Let's talk about the show a little bit, okay?
Let's go back to
Today
the
we
show.
had a couple of guests on the show, and we're almost done. We stop at an hour every time. So we only have 17 more minutes. So we can talk about Andy Dick for the rest of the show, but let's not do that.
95% of chickens poop, by the way.
100% of chicken poop. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all poop.
Yeah.
That was pretty close, Gucci's. I'll give you that. How I got my nickname was pretty close. Ice Poseidon had a chicken, and that's where
No, it's because he took the chicken in.
The only thing
Pretty
I really
much.
want to know about the show is why the fuck did High Register Sean change his name to Shawnee? Do you guys remember High Register Sean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did he change his name to Shawnee? Do we know?
I would like
We
to
didn't
say
ask.
maybe it's because he wants
Yeah.
to rebrand himself. That's usually what people do when they change their names. They want to rebrand,
Yeah,
and
but
they
if you're
don't.
known as Chicken Andy your whole life, and then you all of a sudden you rebrand yourself, all of a sudden nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Exactly. So it's kind of not the smartest move to make. You know, I've thought about rebranding about a few times, but I'm officially Chicken Andy. People tell me I should rebrand, and I'm like, no. I love my name. It's the reason where I love the fans. I love the story. I love everything where I come from. I mean, I'm actually the last Andy that was ever created from Ice Poseidon, I would say. That, is a streamer.
Okay, I got the answer. Shawnee never liked Howard calling him that. I thought he was really, really interesting on the show because I've only ever
You gotta
heard
embrace
him.
it.
I know
You
guys
can't
have never-
you can't let the your emotions and you can't hate the name that you're given by someone. Andy is actually the word Andy in my name. That's not my real name. It's actually a kind of
We're
like a
talking about
disrespect.
Sean. We're talking about Shawnee. We're talking about
I
Shawnee.
know, but that's what I'm
Shawnee.
saying.
Well,
That's what
my
I'm saying.
point
You
is,
can't hate
like,
the name.
I'm not hating his name. I'm saying that like I've never seen his face. I've heard him hundreds of times on the radio, and I've never seen him. And I've heard him stutter, and I've heard all that. But like seeing him, I have to say he was like more normal than I would expect because he sounds so crazy. He's very conspiratorial. He thinks that there's a dog man. He really believes in dog man and stuff like that. And I was expecting like somebody to look like he sounded, and he didn't look like it. He kind of looked like a normal person, and it was kind of strange for me. Kleenex is also somebody that believes in dog man.
You kind of look like my dad.
What is dog man?
I'll say you look
It's
like
like
my dad.
Bigfoot, you know what I mean? Like something like that. Like
Oh,
people
legend.
do-
He is Santa Claus.
Man bear
He's like-
pig.
John, you're still there. I didn't think you were still there. I thought you were just.
What
using
did we
it
think
as
about
placeholder.
the Brian Jones? Brian
Yeah, I
J.
liked him. I
Jones.
thought he was
What a
great.
great story he had.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was-
I love that guy. He was awesome. I thought this was the best podcast so far. I really enjoyed him. I usually get kind of bored with the movie stars and stuff, but I really like this guy.
You liked him? Did you like the producer? Did you like his Sharon Osbourne
We
story?
kind of talk about the Osbournes. I was impressed by him, but I wasn't. I got a little bit bored and distracted.
Well,
I was
he's
impressed by
that
him.
guy. That guy dropped a bombshell. Like
Yeah.
he basically told everybody that Randy Rhoads was effing Sharon Osbourne. When nobody
Banging
knew that
Sharon
before.
Osbourne.
I mean, like that's a bombshell. I don't know how that could be boring. It was to me. I was like, oh my god.
I
And
mean
for
that's
him-
the part. That's what I'm saying. I mean, when I said he's impressive. So I thought that was impressive that he did that. That takes courage.
Well, it takes courage going against somebody like Sharon Osbourne, who's
Yeah,
like
dude.
more famous than Ozzy Osbourne now because of her like television appearances and all the shows that she's
Yeah,
been
what
on.
show is she on?
What's that?
Oh, yeah, what show is Sharon Osbourne on?
I don't know. I just always see her on
She was
television.
on America's Got Talent.
She's on
Yeah,
like
she's
The
on
View.
that with Howard, I
I
think.
think she was on with Howard Stern.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was on
I
that
think they were
too.
on together at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Sharon admitted it years ago. I didn't know any of that, but I don't know. I really don't pay attention to Randy Rhoads. But Randy Rhoads was an incredible guitarist, and I'm surprised that there hasn't been anything on him before. I'm going to watch that movie. It's called Randy Rhoads: Reflection of a Guitar Icon, and I'm going to watch that. It's on Amazon. And if you guys don't know who Randy Rhoads was, that guy was a fucking shredder. So that guy has a lot of balls. That guy Andre has a lot of balls for going up against Osbourne, because she could have sued the fuck out of him for slander or whatever. And he
You said you're gay?
What's that?
You said you're gay?
No, I'm not gay. Are you?
No. I thought you said at one point you're gay. I didn't think you were.
No, people
but-
think I'm gay because I go like this all the time and I talk.
I know,
like
you
this.
never struck me.
Yeah, they're always like, "Oh, look at the way he moves his hands. He's definitely gay."
Yeah, you really never struck me as gay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I thought you said at one point.
Charmin,
No, I
no,
didn't.
never mind. Are you the new? I don't remember. We're talking about the show. So I'll ask you later. But it's really important to me. So at the beginning of the show, Lisa was really excited about so many people joining the show. She's like, a lot of people are suddenly joining my show. Do you guys have any idea what that's about?
IP2. IP2 has brought a lot of new people to this show.
What is IP2?
IP2 is what these guys are on. Gucci's and Chick and Andy are from the IP2 community. It's just a whole different.
The RV people.
Like, what does that mean? IP2. What does it stand for?
It's named after Ice Poseidon, who was one of the original, or they say that he's the original streamer, and he had a network, and he's since disappeared after a huge crypto scam. He scammed a bunch of people out of the crypto. And he actually was interviewed about it. He's like, yeah, I did. I'm not going to fucking give the money back either. So fuck off. And so he's not really, as far as I know, not streaming anymore. But like all of these people are on the IP2 network. Gucci's, Chick and Andy. I think Wappy's on it. I think that even Elisa is listed on their site. And so we get a lot of people from that group, good and bad, that come in and they shake things up quite a bit too.
Yeah, well, I mean, so one thing, because I'm telling you, I thought I was impressed with Elisa, but I really am. I cannot express enough.
Oh my gosh,
impressed I am with Elisa's interview with Chrissy Meyer. But she said she's basically if I can remember correctly, she said she loves kind people. She loves people who are loving. And she loves people helping people who are struggling. She loves people who are nobodies, and she doesn't like people who are big stars. And like those are the first four things I slam out, and I was just like blown away by that. And I was like, that just shows that she's like this.
I have breaking news. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kay, but I have breaking news. Kenneth is competing with the Wrap Up Show, and this proves every point I've been trying to make about Kenneth. He is not a Kermitarian. He's an anti-Kermitarian who is just always being extremely selfish.
He's all about pussy.
Extremely selfish, and our group that is now
Amen.
8 people long, it's going to get longer. This list is going to get way longer after today's shenanigans of him proving that he's selfish.
Okay.
He calls okay, let me finish. He calls Elisa 50 times a day. He's left 86 messages on her voicemail to the point where she can't take new voicemail anymore. And the guy dares go live during the wrap-up show because I didn't let him up. Can you guys believe that? Unbelievable.
Now, what is this other
He's
thing
playing a Corey.
understood
He's doing one of Corey's
about-
pages.
Can you add me to that list, because that's just fucked up. If he's not joining your,
Please let
he's not
Charmin talk.
joining your,
She's the
your,
fucking
if
co-host, and she should be respected.
What is this other thing
competing
about
with your wrap-up show? Like, I'm on
Kenneth's
that
friend
list.
Prince, them not being friends in real life? When did we discover that? Because that was my
discovered that
understanding
2
last
days
week, that they
ago.
were real life friends.
Yeah, well, Kenneth and Prince have been telling everybody that they met each other at a camp for special needs people, but that indeed was a lie. And Kenneth will not answer to that when we ask him. When I asked
I
Kenneth,
cannot
why did
stand
you
to be
lie
lied
about that?
to.
He says, well, we didn't meet in
Kenneth.
real life. And I said, yeah, I know you didn't meet. Why are you lying about it? And he's like, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Kenneth
'cause I'm
has definitely
grieving."
gone to a special needs camp. Oh my god, I forgot.
So,
Sorry.
you know what? We're going to end the show. Supertramp is going to sing for us, I think, right? Supertramp?
Oh, I am.
Oh, can we
You
go
said
into
you
5,
wanted to.
please?
What's
Please,
that?
Can
No.
we go into 5, please?
What'd you say, Kay?
Can we go until 5, please?
No. We're gonna end it now. I think either Supertramp or Donald Trump is going to sing us out, whichever one they want to do. But I think we've covered pretty much everything that we needed to cover. I'm glad that Chicken Andy and Gucci's came on. They're always welcome. Everybody on here is welcome. Thank you very much, Naomi, for coming back because we love you and we miss you. And Wappy actually should be playing us out because he's the real musician. I don't know if he wants to, but I would love for Wappy to close us out.
Is there
Yeah, I could do that.
karaoke app the rest of you guys use when you guys do your karaoke? Is there a special app for that?
No, I use
No,
YouTube, and I
YouTube videos.
Yeah, I use
my
lyric
phone card.
videos on YouTube if I want to sing karaoke. Like, yeah.
Can I ask
That's
you
how
a
I learned
question?
alphabet moments.
Yeah, ask away, dude.
What's your wrap-up shows about?
Usually they're only about what happened on the show before us, but today's been a little bit off the rails because we had Chicken Andy here and we had a bunch of questions about it.
Well, yeah. What was on the show?
On Kermit and Friends.
Yeah, what was on it?
Oh, you didn't watch it? Johnny,
No.
that music is killing me. Can you stop, please? There was a couple people that she interviewed. Chicken Andy was like kind of the star of the show today because of this whole Andy Dick thing. And I think that if I was to kind of guess what's happening, I think Elisa loves this whole situation of like, okay, now Chicken Andy's in the mix. He's making Captain jealous. He's making Andy jealous.
Yeah.
And she loves that fucking shit.
That's what I think.
I love
too.
watching it. It's great.
I think she loves
watching
like
it.
the fucking like all these like different emotions getting mixed in.
She is one of the best
That's what
at
I
like
think.
slow trolling, silent trolling to where you're in the middle of it and you have no fucking clue what's happening. She's absolutely masterful at it, and watching it from afar is fun. It's just like amazing seeing her talent. Like it's pretty incredible. Go ahead.
So I mean, I know you said we wanted to end because Brittany said she's in. So I really want Brittany to interview with this podcast, and I think it can really help the podcast. So she's a monarch of Atlantis, and so she said she's in. I'm so sorry, I'm not my speech.
It's okay, Kay. We're gonna
do you
end
see
the
Brittany?
show. But we are going to end the show. We're going to let Wappy sing us off. And then next time, but this isn't really an interview show. This is a show that talks about the show previous of us. So
And it happens every week.
It happens every week.
Okay.
We'll be able to do it
None of
next
that.
week. But there was
And
10 people
what
here
was
and there
she-
was lots of people in the background. So we'll just have to wait until there's time because we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
That's okay, right,
Okay.
Kay?
Sorry, I'm kind of obsessing with my own thing. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Don't worry. We love you, Kay. We love
I
you.
know,
Thank you
yeah.
guys, everybody. Everybody,
too.
thank you for
Everybody.
coming on. Thank you for watching. It was a different show today, but it's always fun. And I'm
Always
very
fun.
happy to have Wappy play us out.